thankful time blessing remains. Ooh, that's my baby. Oh, oh. Ooh, my baby girl. Oh, 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 oh. Forever I'm in love with you. So many times I changed you. Then I turned around and blamed you. All the costly mistakes I made. Ooh, so stupid. To be right, you remain. Ooh, yeah, yeah, babe. Oh, hold on to me, baby. Baby, we will be alright. Ooh, oh, my baby. I'm gonna make it right. That's my baby. My baby girl, my baby girl, yeah, ooh yeah. I love you. Oh, oh, ooh. Forever, love my forever, my ever time. Forever love, love. You and me will be together forever. Y'all feeling me tonight? Ain't nothing wrong with doing a little stepping in my pocket. You know what I'm talking about? My baby, my baby. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
My baby. Oh, that's my baby. Oh, not me.
Please welcome to the stage publisher, author, and founder of the AAMBC Literary Awards, Tamika Newhouse.
I said, woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo, woo. I'm coming undone. Let me get professional. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. Oh, you look good too. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those that are joining us at home and those that are joining us in the audience, thank you so much for being part of this journey. This is year 13. And I'm excited because this was really supposed to be like my last year doing these awards because I don't want to no more. But in any event, we're gonna pray about it and see how this flows and goes. But we have a new line of writers that we're going to honor tonight. First and foremost is going to be one of my dear friends. Before I get to that, though, I want to highlight the fact that this not only is this year 13, but we're also honoring Eric Jerome Dickey. He was one of my influential inspirations and writers for quite a long time, even before I got into publishing. And when he passed this year, it really kind of put a lot of things into perspective for myself as well as for those around me that even knew him. No one really kind of knew that he was going to be passing over. And I really wanted to honor his name today and kind of celebrate his legacy. And before we get into that, my first honorary award, as you see on the screen, is for our Nate Holmes Honorary Award. And this is an award that I named after one of my dear friends. Nate Holmes passed over from gun violence about 8 years ago. And I wanted to celebrate his legacy by honoring those that do phenomenal philanthropy work and advocate for us and making sure that our voices are heard, and also that our books and meet the bookshelves, and we're on the cover of magazines, and we're getting the films and the TV shows and all that jazz. And this year's honoree is none other than my dear friend Miss Kimberly Jones. Oh, sit down. You're not coming up just yet. Let's cue the video. this year for the Nate Holmes Honorary Award, I have none Kimberly of my closest friends personally, but also she has advocated for people such as me for a very, very long time. First, starting out as a store manager, and then going to activism by actually hitting the pavement, and encouraging people to read, encouraging people to communicate and build their communities and activate their passions. And for me, Kim has always inspired me. I always told her she was going to end up being something great and huge. And last summer, the world actually saw it. She went viral. Her book shot up to New York Times. She ended up landing an overall deal with Warner, the studios. Like Kim was doing it. I'm so proud of her, and I wanted to honor her with this award because Nate Holmes, this award recognizes people that selflessly give back, that influence those selflessly as well. And for me, Kim, you're worth it. So this is for you. Now let's welcome on the very beautiful Miss Kimberly Jones. Thank you so much, Kim, for even being an inspiration to me. And I'm gonna hand over the mic so you can go ahead and share some few words.
First of all, like this is super emotional for me because Tamika is one of my best friends. She's been there for me through like the real life stuff, breakups and stress and all of that stuff. So getting this from her means the absolute world to me, but also being honored by my people, which is who I fight for on a day-to-day basis. So I know a lot of people, they had the hashtag Oscar so white and all of this stuff. And I'm like, but why are you still asking for validations and spaces that don't want us? Why are you so desperately pleading and begging for your oppressor to love you? So I always said the only award I ever wanted was an NAACP Image Award and an AAMBC award because those are the spaces that celebrate me, congratulate me, are happy that I come. I'm not an unwanted guest. I'm a welcomed party participant. And so last year I had the honor of being nominated for an Image Award, even though I didn't win, but I was gracious to be honored, but to get this award in honor of Nate Holmes, especially, I just want to say thank you, Queen. Thank you, sister. Thank you for the AAMBC Awards. Lord, y'all pray hard that this ain't the last year because we need spaces like this that celebrate us, that love us, and that recognize that Black people are the architects of cool. And if you want to know what's happening, you have to come to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. I love you. Always. And now on to our next performer or presenter for Breakout Author of the Year.
You may have seen him on Love and Marriage, Huntsville, but he is also an author, a real estate mogul. Here to present the Breakout Author of the Year award, please give a warm welcome to Martell Holt.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Breakout Author of the Year award, and I'm honored to present this category because I can relate to being a new kid on the block. With so many new writers coming out every month, this year's nominees have proven that they are here to stay. The nominees for Breakout Author of the Year are I'm sorry, they're telling me to move. I don't know. Hopefully I'm good. My apologies. Should I start over? Really? Okay. And the nominees for Breakout Author of the Year are Kylie Reed for Such a Fun Age, Christina Hammond, Read for the Black Kids, Echo Brown for Black Girl Unlimited, Raven Lalani for Luster, and Brandon Taylor for Real Life. And the winner is Kylie Reed for Such a Fun Age.
All right. Next category is the Female Author of the Year. This outstanding presenter just celebrated a ribbon cutting as the CEO of God High Associates and Realty right here in Georgia. She has been coined the Queen of Realty and even an upcoming collaboration with Deeper Women Teach that will be released on May 2021. Please welcome author and CEO of God High Associates and Realty, Jerry God High.
Good evening. Good evening. With so much Black girl magic going on today, this group of female nominees have proven themselves to be at the top of their game. They pushed through the pandemic and continue to strive towards excellence. The fans have spoken, and we have a winner. The nominees for Female Author of the Year are Awaki Emeze for Death of Vivid OG, Morgan Jerkins for Wandering in Strange Lands, Natasha Trethaway for Memorial Drive, a memoir, Ja Yasi for Transcendent Kingdom, a novel, Peace Adzo Medley for His Only Wife, and Nick Stone for Dear Justice. And the winner is, are you ready? Yay. The winner is Morgan Jerkins for Wandering in Strange Land. Yes. Congratulations, Morgan. Thank you.
Now we have the ebook of the year. He is known for encouraging, energizing, elevating men of color since 2016 and has stayed true to his company's mission of shining positive light on men of color. Please welcome the quintessential gentleman and owner of the quintessential branding public relations company, Quentin Jackson.
Everybody. So actually, it's Quinte Jackson. Thank you guys for having me. Today, as we know, we can all admit that the road to publishing has not been an easy thing. It takes dedication, hard work, and tenacity. These next group of individuals have dominated the digital marketing. The digital publishing arena. The nominees for ebook of the year are When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, The Boyfriend Project by Farrah Rashan, Stamped, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You, a remix of the National Book Award winning Stamped for from the Beginning, by Jason Reynolds and Ibram X. Kendi. Grown by Tiffany Jackson, Everybody Looking by Candace Elo, Butterfly by Ashley Antoinette. And the winner of the ebook of the year is When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Congratulations, Alyssa.
Screenwriter of the year. Our next presenter has worked in many roles within the multitude of television, including local news, network news, talk shows, reality TV, as well as entertainment news. She is also the Purpose Producer podcast streaming on iHeartRadio. Presenting the Screenwriter of the Year, please welcome author and CEO of Georgia Dawkins Media, Miss Georgia Dawkins.
Good evening, Atlanta. I'm so excited to see you tonight. The next category is dedicated to the creatives that push their vision to the big screen and conveyed their stories in innovative ways. They created three-dimensional characters and twisted tales that revealed a new and unknown reality. The nominees for Screenwriter of the Year are Rada Blank for the 40-year-old version, Stella McGee for The Photograph, Misha Green for Lovecraft Country, David E. Talbert for Jingle Jangle, Attica Locke for Little Fires Everywhere. And the winner is David E. Talbert for Jingle Jangle. Congratulations, David E. Talbert.
Our next performer, Little Brown Girl. Please welcome actress, singer, songwriter, and Chicago bred performer, Ebony Jenae.
Hey, everybody. My name is Ebony Jenae. I'm going to be performing one of my original songs, Little Brown Girl, and I'm going to be accompanied by Mr. Joe with the flow. Thank you, girl. Thank you. What side of Chicago? South side. South side. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey there, little brown girl. I just want you to know that your hair and your lips and your skin, melanin, it's all beautiful. Hey there, little brown girl. I just want you to know it's okay for your nose to have a little bulge. Ain't nothing wrong with having bigger nostrils, little brown girl. You are so beautiful to me. I hope you see. Hey there, little brown girl. I just want you to see that if your gums aren't pink and your edges aren't as sleek, that don't mean you're any less pretty. Hey there, little brown girl. I just want you to see that you are a queen from your crown to your feet. You are the essence of beauty, little brown girl. You are so beautiful to me. I hope you see. To all my beautiful little brown girls, please know that you are strong enough to conquer the world and realize that you're melanated, educated, often imitated, but you're never duplicated. So believe me when I say that you are powerful. You are worthy, and if you're passionate, it doesn't mean you're angry. So keep your head up and let your voice be heard, because you are everything and more that this world needs. Little brown girls, you are so beautiful to me. I hope you see. Hey there, little brown girl. Can you do one last thing for me? Walk with grace, claim your space. Don't you ever be ashamed, and you'll shine. And you're gonna be happy in your skin, happy with your curves, happy that you can say words no longer hurt. Happy with your smile, happy with your style. Happy with your kinky curls, your blackness out in the world. I hope you hear me, little brown girl. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful to me. To me. Yeah. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful to me. To me. Yeah. So fix your crown and stand proud. Go to the world and show out. You are so beautiful to me. Me, yeah. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful too. You are so beautiful to me, little brown girl. You are so beautiful to me. I hope you see. Thank you.
Guys, we're going to go ahead and have a word from our sponsors, which is KDP, presented by Amazon.
The Marine Corps because I wanted to have a family. Amazon and KDP gave me the opportunity to have that family and more. I got started as a writer because I wasn't really happy with what I was doing. Never in a million years did I think that I even qualified to be a writer.
I started out actually as a lawyer, and I had a story that just would not leave my head, and found my passion for writing.
I became an autism advocate, started writing for mom magazines, and just kind of cathartically started writing a romance novel. And I ended up with a 4-book deal with one of the big 5 New York publishers.
I became a writer just by writing stories when I was a kid. Put it aside for years and years, became a musician.
I'm a scientist. I got started writing these books when I became pregnant with my daughter. It was a game changer. She needs to know this stuff.
What appealed to me about self-publishing was the creative control.
You don't need permission from anybody. You don't need a gatekeeper to tell you if your book is good enough or not.
KDP felt like a great way for me to reach a broad audience, and I saw the advantage of also keeping more of my royalties.
I have a laptop, I can travel, and I can upload anywhere around the world.
I could put a book on today, and tomorrow it was on the market.
And that's brilliant because let's say the first few hundred readers tell you the same thing they didn't like about a character. You can go online and change that thing, and you can do it all sitting at home with a dog sleeping on your feet.
Those first sales, I kind of didn't even believe it.
Without any advertising, without spending any money, I'm already getting sales. That's freaking amazing.
I remember looking at the reports on KDP and realizing I'd made more as a writer than I had as a musician.
I made more in a day than I had made on my entire contract with 4 books.
KDP has given me an amazing life. I get to have fun. Right now, I'm living my dream quite literally.
It empowers you. You can have your own business and run it how you really see fit.
Seeing women who are literally building their own empires through self-publishing is incredibly empowering.
I can see myself becoming a full-time indie author, and I think I can do it within the next few years. That would be amazing. It would mean I could stay home with my daughter.
The best advice I can give any new author is just to write.
Being an indie author can happen at any time in your life. My first book, I was writing in my late 40s. I'm 51 now on my 10th book.
5, 10, 15 minutes a day, write some words down to set a goal every day.
I think that a lot of marginalized voices have been muted in traditional publishing. We're saying, if you won't give us a seat at your table, then we'll make our own. And that's what self-publishing has done for a lot of us.
I've heard so many just horrible stories about, being turned down for years. I'm just like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Just self-publish.
KDP is easy.
KDP gives me hope.
KDP is freedom.
KDP is life-changing.
I think KDP is the best thing that's happened to writers and readers in the last 100 years.
All righty, how's everybody feeling? All right, we are getting to one of my favorite parts of the show, which is another honorary award. As I previously said, we're going to honor the late, great Eric Jerome Dickey. And it's going to be accepted by one of his dear friends, the legendary Zane. So 2 legends that we're going to be honoring tonight. And Zane is also one of our former recipients as well for the Francis Ray Trailblazer Award, I want to say. So let's go ahead and run the video. And Eric, this is for you. So when you think of Maya Angelou, I only knew one person that I could really identify with this year. And that was Eric Jerome Dickey. And unfortunately, he's not here with us. And I always knew that I was going to honor Eric at some point. I knew I wanted to celebrate him because he influenced me. It was his book, Friends and Lovers, was what inspired me to even sit down and pen The Ultimate No No, which is my very first book. Eric was always giving, always helpful, always had this light, great personality. And I can't tell you one person that could say anything bad or negative about him. Not having him here with us, I mean, it sucks. It really sucks. Um, but his stories live on. Like the characters in his stories, I'm able to still identify with even to this day. And so for that, Eric, we love you, we miss you, but we're gonna celebrate you because you deserve it. And everyone, welcome Ms. Zane.
Are you showing the video? Oh, I'm sorry. Good afternoon. I am delighted to be present at the 2021 AAMBC Awards. For the past 13 years, Tamika Newhouse and her amazing staff have worked tirelessly to embrace the talent of people of color in the literary world, to empower aspiring authors, and to emphasize the importance of reading. Today, I have the honor of accepting the Maya Angelou Lifetime Achievement Award posthumously for Eric Jerome Dickey, one of the greatest wordsmiths of the 21st century. His last novel, The Son of Mr. Solomon, will be released in 2 days. Once again, readers will be treated to a creative masterpiece. The novel is a powerful journey exploring racism, colorism, life as a mixed race person, sexual assault, microaggressions, truth and lies, cultural differences, politics, family legacies, perceptions, the impact of enslavement in Jim Crow, code switching, the power of death, and the weight of love. It is an extraordinary and intense page turner that only a visionary such as Eric Jerome Dickey could have penned. Dickey was gifted, original, and he used his talent to build a legendary body of work that will persuade, inform, and entertain millions of readers for decades to come. He was one of the kindest, genuine, and supportive people who helped many others work towards their goals of becoming published authors, including me. Back in the late 90s, Dickey introduced me to Sarah Camilli, his literary agent, who also became mine. She represented Dickey for his entire career, and he appreciated all of her efforts on his behalf. When I was writing short stories and posting them on the internet, he was already published and extremely supportive of my craft. He encouraged me at a time when many other published authors shunned me altogether or attempted to discourage me from writing erotica. Dickey impressed the importance of walking in my own truth and passion. That's exactly what I did, and that is exactly what he did. He refused to be pigeonholed, and his writing transformed over the years, from contemporary romance to erotica to thrillers and many real life issues. He had an uncanny ability to bridge the gap between genres and, in many ways, birth his own. Over the years, Dickey made us understand love and made us recognize that everyone has flaws. We are all navigating this world with toxic, chaotic, and often selfish people. The mark of a great writer is to step outside of boundaries, to think outside of the box, and to use one's imagination to make a difference in the world. To publish books that will spark discussion, serve as a temporary form of escape, and make readers want to pick up the same books over and over like their favorite sweater or a vase of fresh flowers. I cannot imagine how many worn copies of books Dickey was asked to autograph at book signings after they had been reread over and over again or passed around among friends and relatives so everyone could experience his power of seduction, his cliffhangers, and his genius. Dickey was published by Dutton for his entire career that spanned 25 years from 1996 to 2021. His first book, Sister Sister, became an instant classic when first published in 1996. He went on to publish 29 novels, and 18 of them were New York Times bestsellers. He was published worldwide and in various languages, and to date has sold more than 7 million copies of his books. He was nominated and received many awards, including the NAACP Award for Outstanding Literary Work in 2014 for his novel, A Wanted Woman. I cannot think of anyone who deserves a Maya Angelou Lifetime Achievement Award more than Eric Jerome Dickey. Thanks again to Tamika Newhouse and the AAMBC Awards for presenting him with this award, and I am delighted to accept it in his honor. Once again, please spread the word about Eric Jerome Dickey's The Son of Mr. Suleiman that will be released in 2 days on April 20th, 2021. May he rest in both peace and power. And Tamika, thank you again for this. It's a blessing. I also knew Maya Angelou. She was very supportive of me as well. So this is really meaningful to me today. But thank you guys very much for this award for him.
Next up, the Independent Digital Publisher of the Year. She served as the original writer for The Shade Room and has grown her platform with fierceness and confidence. So much. She now writes for herself and has a debut EP titled 420 Foreplay, now streaming. Here to present the category for the Independent Digital Publisher of the Year, please welcome Atlanta's native, Talia.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. Wow, I'm a little stallion up here. Okay. Hey. Thank you. All right, so this next category is dedicated to those that elevate writers' voices, giving them a platform to shine. They made sure that our stories were heard and that their characters reflect our culture. This group of individuals took the literature game into their own hands, and today they carry the torch of discovering new voices in literature. The 2021, yeah, it is 2021. I'm like, is it 2020? The 2021 nominees for Independent Digital Publisher of the Year are Lockdown Publications, Cole Hart, Casey Mills Presents, Wahida Clark Publishing, Urban Books, and Good to Go Publishing. And the winner is Wahida Clark Publishing. Congratulations.
Male Author of the Year. The next presenter encourages women to shine like stars while they stand beside their spouses. Please welcome to the stage the host of Mrs. Bedside Podcast and co-author of the Deeper Women Teach Anthropology Project, Jamia Ponder.
So it's the Mrs. Beside, but I get that a lot. So good evening, everybody. I'm here to present the Male Author of the Year Award, celebrating Black male voices who have empowered us through their words, experiences, and illustrations. Each year, AAMBC honors our Black men by hosting signature events around their stories and the Black male experience, and tonight we continue to uplift them. The nominees for Male Author of the Year are Walter Mosley for Trouble Is What I Do, Derek Barnes for I Am Every Good Thing, James McBride for Deacon King Kong, Jerry Kraft for Class Act, and Julian Winters for The Summer of Everything. And the winner is Derek Barnes for I Am Every Good Thing. Congratulations, Derek.
Street Lit Writer of the Year. You loved him in Greenleaf and Fox Shot Fires. Please welcome from Britanno Studios. I can never say his name. He's going to kill me. Music group, actor, writer, author, producer, Julian Britanno.
Yeah. It's Britanno. It's pronounced Britanno. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me tilt this up a little bit so I don't break my neck. How's everybody doing this evening? You sure? Good. You know what? I was told something before I got here, and I had to think about it. Did y'all know that there was once a time when street tales wasn't even considered literature? That's crazy. But it didn't take us long to defy those odds, though. See, I believe that no matter the background, all stories should be told. All stories should be told, even though sometimes they might not be pretty. And these authors for Street Lit, they wrote about the life that they know. And even doing that, they hypnotized us with some street edgy content. So the nominees for Street Lit Writer of the Year are, we got Collateral by Denisha Diamond. We got Black Lotus 2, The Vow by Quan, Influence, Death of the Beach, and Influence by Cole Weber. Money Devils 1, a cartel novel by Ashley and Jaquavis. Vexed by Honey, and Truce 2, The War of the Lose by Toy Styles. And the winner for Street Lit Writer of the Year is Money Devils 1, a cartel novel by Ashley and Jaquavis. Congratulations.
Our next performer, hailing from Atlanta, Joe with the Flow, performing Love Me.
All right, so before I sit up, I want to say a few thanks and draw attention to a couple things. First and foremost, I want y'all to give it up one more time for Ebony to Jenae over here. We didn't mention this before or after the performance. I don't know why, but that's a single that's available on all streaming platforms. So y'all need to like pull out your phones and like follow her on Instagram. Like go look that song up on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. It's on all of those. She is an incredible singer. Please don't forget it. Secondly, I want to give a humongous thanks and a shout out to Tamika Newhouse for having me and giving me this wonderful opportunity. Y'all give it up for her one time. She put this thing together, I'm sure, with the help of a lot of other people, but this thing is incredible. Black spaces, Black faces, Black excellence. And she's like highlighting that, which is extremely important. So yeah, now I'm gonna play some music for y'all. I brought this chair up here, but I don't know if I'm gonna use it. It's not plugged in yet. I needed you to beatbox and we'll have a whole song.
I got you.
Can y'all hear that? Rich back there playing with him. All right, like she said, I am Joe with the Flow. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And this song is called Love Me. Searching for validation like you're parking the whip. Numbing the feeling of sparking the spliff. The ancestors predicted this with the charts and the glyphs and the parts of the myths. Spoke of a love divine, backwards, vertebrae that you lack in the spine. Only way it comes is if you're on track in the line. And I carry the torch to the back of a dime. Can I show with the light of miraculous fine? Can I heal the world, fracking the line, and lacking the crime, shackles and crying, attacking and dying. Changing my fate cause I'm the master of mind, master of mind. I want you to love me the way that I love you. Not because I said so, no, but because you want to. Can I make you love me? Can I make you love me? And put no one above me, no. Can I make you love me? I know, I know. Feeling this contagious, contagious, contagious. I'm counting up my wage, and my wage, and my. We can run away, run away, run away. Fight another day, live and fight another day. I can do this on my own, baby. I need you to stay. You just say the word and I try to make a change. You've been on my mind, baby. I've been going crazy. Maybe, maybe we can never, baby. I give you the key, go wherever you take me. You was playing, I was playing JV, dreaming like a game with the way you played me. No, 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 play me, no, no, no. I want you to love me the way that I love you. Not because I said so, no, because you want to. Can I make you love me? Can I make you love me? And put no one above me, no. Can I make you love me? I know, I know. Won't get love from anyone until you fight it aside. Everyone has it, the thing is that you gotta apply it. If it ain't unconditional, it's a lie, it'll die quicker than somebody counting to 5. The only way to keep it alive is to love them for free so they can fly. Love they show you in movies is really kind of deprived. You can't own another person, it's a mutual vibe. Yeah, so you could decide how to treat another being when you view from their side. I like the view from this side, I like the view from this side. Y'all feeling that? One more chorus and I'm gonna let y'all go, okay? Y'all clap with me one time. I want you to love me, yeah, the way that I love you. Ooh, not because I said so, but because you want to. Can I make you love me? Can I make you love me? And put no one above me. Can I make you love me? I know, I know. Thank y'all so much. Again, I'm Joe with the Flow. You already know that's just how I go. My Instagram is Joe Thyself, like know thyself, but Joe instead of no. Thank you guys so much for having me. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves today. I don't know if we got more stuff coming up. We probably do, but thank you guys so much for listening to me.
So when you think about a trailblazer and when you think about Francis Ray, and you kind of have to just think about Brenda Jackson at some point. Let's call it what it is. The lady's a legend. I can remember being a child, in the grocery stores. We talking about the 90s, maybe. And I used to see these little romance books on the shelves. They used to have the naked chested man on the cover, and they called him Fabio or something like that. And then here goes Brenda Jackson. And I knew she was a black woman because the covers appealed to us a little bit. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. A black woman is selling her books in the grocery store like that. This is pretty cool. And then as I got older and I really saw the influence that Brenda had on the genre romance in general, now 100 books in, she's legendary. She just passed 25 years. And if it wasn't for Brenda being as creative as she is, intentional and consistent, writers like me probably would not exist in this space. I would like to think that she definitely has influenced me in my love stories. So, Miss Brenda Jackson, we honor you, ma'am. Before we go into before we go into the next honorary award, move this to the side. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the history of AAMBC. It started back in 2008. I was in San Antonio. My son, who you guys all met, he was checking y'all temperature at the very front. He was 9 years old when I started this company. And I can actually remember the day I was bored and I was living in a new city and I didn't have any friends. And I thought it was really weird to walk up to grown folks and be like, hey, want to be my friends? You want to read some books together or something like that? I don't know. I thought that was weird. So instead of doing that, I started a MySpace page and I named it African Americans on the Move Book Club because I wanted to be a literary movement. I was an aspiring writer myself, and no one was really coming, knocking on my door and saying, hey, let me read your story, let me publish your book. And I began to discover a lot of other writers, such as myself, through that MySpace platform that also had these aspirations of publishing their own books. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to talk about their books and I'm going to read their books. And before I knew it, everybody thought that I was like this big book club, but I was really just bored. And I was just sitting on the computer for like hours at a time. And when it began to grow, I saw other ways where I could advocate for us. And one being celebrating us in an award setting. But I didn't want it to be just any award because I thought that, showing up and getting plaques, and maybe dressing up, that's kind of boring. We are the rock stars. Like we are the ones that without us, you wouldn't have your music. You wouldn't have your TV shows. You wouldn't have, the movies and the films and all of that. And I'm like, well, why don't they celebrate us like they celebrate the musicians or they celebrate the movie stars? Because without us, y'all don't exist anyway. So I said, you know what? They're not going to give us the platform. But them not cuss. Forget it. I'm going to do it. So I think when I moved here, I transitioned out of San Antonio because it's San Antonio. You can't do nothing there. And I came to Atlanta in 2015 or 2014, one of those. And it was downtown. And I remember the theater and I said, okay, I'm going to do this production for the first time. And I had this vision of rolling out the red carpet. I was going to invite all of Atlanta and, we was going to have all kind of stars and stuff there. And the first year it was cool. The second year, it was better. The third year, it was the shit. I mean, it was, I was doing the damn thing. I'm like, okay. And then we got to the point to where we was in the same studio with BET. And it was 300-400 of you guys walking around in your gowns and your tuxes. And it's people that I see on television, people I grew up watching or people I grew up reading. They're in the room because of AAMBC. And I'm like, this is kind of dope. Now, granted, behind the scenes, I had an attitude because y'all be getting on my nerves. I love y'all, but a lot of personalities and, I had to really kind of hone, my role, like really know what the purpose was behind producing this award show, really focus on the goal itself and not stray from the vision that I had, which was to celebrate us, to elevate our voices, put us in a room with people that are going to expand or extend other opportunities to us so that we can grow and elevate. And that's exactly what I did over these years. And I want to thank the people that have been helping me throughout this year, like Tawanda, she in the back rolling around. Y'all saw her, she was snapping her fingers at me. Like, excuse me? Nicola Mitchell of Girls Who Brunch. Y'all see the floor wall back there? She put all that together literally with her hands and knees alongside what's the lady's name? Elisa, who actually put all these flowers together. And of course, Delphine from Doughboy Publishing or Doughboy Television. Sorry. He has the same name as my mother. And people like this is the reason why, I continue to do this work and I continue to advocate for us and create these platforms. And here we are 13 years in. And we're still celebrating you guys. And I'm going to transition into producing and focusing more on Black Writers Weekend, which most of you guys are familiar with. It's a festival that happens every summer here in Atlanta. And normally the awards is during Black Writers Weekend. But because of COVID and, the restrictions, I wanted to kind of pull the awards out so that it wouldn't be such a huge crowd when it came to Black Writers Weekend. So I'm not walking away from this role. I'm just transitioning into something else. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of history about AAMBC, the purpose behind it, the reason why we're celebrating you guys, and how we plan moving forward. So thank you all so much for continuing to be a part of this journey with me. And Kimberly, and like she said earlier, people are trying to get me to extend. Y'all pray about that. If Black Jesus says okay, then I'm gonna do it. But if Black Jesus say no, then I'm not. So with that being said, oh, and Mo said no too, but Mo don't get it. Anyway. So with that being said, let's go on over to our next honorary award, the Urban Classic, which it goes to Shannon Holmes. When you think of urban classics, there's only a few that really come to mind. And Shannon Holmes, Be More Careful, is like top 5, maybe top 2 when it comes to street fiction. Um, for me, honoring Shannon made sense because Be More Careful was not only a classic, but he created history when he sold his book to one of the major top 5 publishers in New York. And Shannon went on to create more classic tales and still from prison. For me, that's inspiring to be in a place where you're not able to freely move around, but still be able to connect with so many different people through your stories. That's historic in itself. So Be More Careful, definitely we had to honor that. And so for this year, the Urban Classic Award, we honor you, Shannon.
Next category, sci-fi fantasy writer of the year. Art and creativity came natural to the next presenter, and he believes that his responsibility to share his gifts with the world. Please welcome graphic designer and artist Justin Foster.
Good evening, everybody. Y'all all right? I can say that there is nothing like the unexplored. We find mystery, intrigue, and even parts of ourselves when visiting new planets, people, and places in time. These authors drew back the veil that keeps us in this world and took us beyond the places that we have yet to discover. The nominees for Sci-Fi Fantasy Writer of the Year are Phoenix Williams for Of Queens of Beasts 5, The Trappings of War, P. Djeli Clark for Ring Shout, Riot Baby by Tushi Onibuchi, The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, and A Song of Rafts and Ruins by Roseanne Brown. And the winner is Riot Baby by Tushi Onibuchi.
The next category is Romance Writer of the Year. Hailing from my hometown, Philadelphia, CEO, founder of IM3 Media, please welcome speaker, author, and brand manager, Isaac Ham III.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. So my category is about love, right? So us as Black people, we know about love, right? I just want to quote from my favorite movie, a line. Halle Berry said it. Love should have brought your. Thank you. So these these authors definitely took the time to kind of like dig into that love, that Black love, and they created these books. So our nominees for tonight is Talia Hibbert for Take a Hint, Danny Brown, Elisa Cole for How to Catch a Queen, Jasmine Gullery for Party for Two, Yara St. John for Claimed by the Hero, The Mitchell Brothers Book One, Farah Rakan for The Boyfriend Project. And the winner is Talia Hibbert for Take a Hint, Danny Brown. Let's give her a round of applause.
And your next category is Television Show of the Year. Hailing from Washington, D.C., the star of the short film, I'm Sorry, here to present the Television Show of the Year and Urban Book of the Year. Welcome, Jeff Hunter.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? We've binge watched many shows this year, haven't we? Yes, yes, yes. We follow stories that have taken us from the streets of Harlem to the heart of New England. And like many other television tourists, we felt inspired and immersed with their journeys. These writers mastered the art of developing compelling content and capturing audiences waiting for a new adventure. The categories, the nominees for Television of the Year are P-Valley, Sisters, Lovecraft Country, Woke, and Godfather of Harlem. And the winner is Down in the Valley where the girls get naked. It's P-Valley, y'all.
Mo, hold one moment. Talia was able to send in an acceptance video, and we want to be able to play that for her.
I am so thankful to have been voted a romance author of the year. I want to thank the AAMBC for all the work that they do in this community. I want to thank all of my readers, everyone who has supported and uplifted me on my writing journey. I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you so much.
So the next category is going to be Urban Book of the Year. Jeff Hunter again. Jeff. Calling Jeff back to the stage.
Brittany the Brand, come on out, my lady.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I'm Brittany the Brand, editor for Sheen Magazine. Make sure you pick up your most recent issue of Sheen Magazine at Walmart, Walgreens, Books A Million, and SheenMagazine.com. Amen? All right, thank you. I'm here to present the Urban Book of the Year Award. This category recognizes those whose books dominated the bookshelves, bestsellers charts, and had book clubs around the world talking about their characters. Their books were highly sought out this year, once again proving that we read. Amen. This year's nominees for Urban Book of the Year are The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Philyaw, Riot Baby by Tochi Enyabuche, Transcendent Kingdom by Ja Yasi, and Lakewood by Megan Giddings. And the winner is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Congratulations, Britt Bennett.
Hi, I'm Britt Bennett, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for this award for The Vanishing Half. It's such an honor to be nominated among such great company. Thank you to everyone who voted. And thank you most of all to all the readers who have loved and supported this book. Thank you.
We live it, but we don't really deal with it, face it, heal from it, get through it. We kind of just keep moving forward.
Even when before we coexisted, and I had all those businesses and I was building this large, massive empire, I still never wanted my face attached to it.
And I think for me, like once it happened, for that 2 years, I lost myself.
The week after I became a single mom, I totaled my car. So now I have to figure out, okay, I got this, my broken ribs and all this kind of stuff. Okay, what am I gonna do? Real talk.
She did that, y'all.
Communication is important. Now for me, it's like I gotta see you in every season. You see what I'm saying? Like I gotta see you when you're angry. I gotta experience when you're happy. I gotta experience when you're stressed out. You know what I'm saying?
If they're not gonna let people like me be recognized, they're not gonna let me in the room. Like I'm gonna make my own room.
To all my beautiful little brown girls, please know that you are strong enough to conquer the world.
Hey, so y'all remember that song, right? So Ebony's song, Little Brown Girls, is the signature song to my podcast, Traces of Mika, which is actually a memoir pod. And it is streaming on everything, you guys. And I actually added on a video element this year, bringing you guys into my home for season 2. So if you go to YouTube, you search Traces of Mika, or you scan the little code, it's all around the room. Y'all see I do my little self-promo and stuff. Yeah, so share the love, tell everybody, mama, about it. It is the very first ever memoir pod. No one has ever done that. I created it. Thank you kindly. And that is I actually am going to be going on a tour later on this year with the podcast as well. So please go and listen to it. Let me know what you guys think. And thank you again to our sponsors for tonight's award show, which is Harlequin Books, Amazon KDP, as well as Defina Books that donated the novels to us today. If you guys did not get a bag, make sure you grab one. And that actually concludes. If you guys want to learn who else won an award, because it's like 22 categories, please go to our social media, which is at AAMBC Awards, and you'll be able to see the full list of winners. They have all been announced now. Also on Twitter at AAMBC Awards. And also, if you are here in the room, please post your pictures. Add our hashtag AAMBC Awards. I bet not see no picture posted, and y'all ain't tag us. I'm having attitude. This took a lot of work. With that being said, I also want to encourage you guys inside of your bags as well. I gave you some information on Black Writers Weekend. For those that listen to us at home, go to blackwritersweekend.com. We are returning to Atlanta this summer with in-person events, as well as some will be hosted online. But we are going to be returning back on Auburn Avenue. We have 3 venues secured, and so we're going to be bringing back our lit crawl. We're going to have some more parties, more socials. We bringing it back, y'all, because I'm tired of sitting in the house. And if y'all got y'all COVID shots, great. I didn't. I'm just saying. I don't trust them folks. Because now they talking about you need 3 shots and stuff, and then Johnson & Johnson and pull days back. So that's a whole nother subject. I ain't gonna get in there. But I'm glad to see you all here. Thank you all that joined us online. And thank you all for who voted and nominated writers this year. And you all be blessed. This is where the curtain closes. I will see you all in June at Black Writers Weekend. Thank you guys. Y'all be blessed.
Thank you.